What's up guys, I'm Chris Doughty aka Doubtinator. Welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to give you a fantastic setup for the Porsche 911 RSR Group 3 car in Gran Turismo 7 to get that World Touring Car 800 race, smashing out those credits and really making the most of your time playing Gran Turismo 7, making those big monies to get those fantastically expensive cars. Not only do I have a fantastic setup for you, I've got an exclusive livery created by myself. This is the Golf livery, bit of a retro livery on the Porsche 911 RSR. Looks fantastic. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And I've shared this. This is available on Gran Turismo 7 for you to download. If you just search for Doubtinator, that should get you to that livery straight away. Let me know in the comments below if you're going to use this livery on your Porsche 911 RSR. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I've also created some artwork for this car. It's available on doubtinator.com if you want to go over there and check that out. Other links in the description below. But yeah, what a fantastic looking beast. Let's see what we can do with it. I'm going to run through the race strategy first of all and give you the setup at the end of the video. I'm going to run through all the details of the setup and why I chose all the different setup options. First of all, I would choose fuel mixture 4 pretty soon after this race. I'm going to the first corner off the line. We can see already we're burning too much fuel. We're not going to make that 2-stop strategy, so fuel mixture 4 is my recommendation. We have got the turbocharger on this car, so we've got plenty of power and we just need the fuel efficiency. The way this car drives, I really enjoy it. It is a more rear bias car. It's great for those slower corners, get that corner rotation going on. But the setup that I've put on the car with the LSD just starts to stabilize it out a little bit more. I have another video on my channel explaining everything you need to know about LSD, so make sure you check that one out a little bit later. But for now, we're going to run through the race strategy for this World Touring Car 800 at Sardegna. Straight away, we are making short work of these guys through this lap. Still on fuel mixture 4. We're going to use fuel mixture 4 for the whole of the race. That's going to be about perfect for speed versus fuel usage. We are also using the racing medium tyres for the 2-stop strategy. I think this is about the optimum tyre to use because the tyre is almost worn out by the time you need to pit at the end of lap number 5, end of lap number 10. Softs doesn't work, you won't get the race distance, and hards, they are just a little bit slower overall for the tyre. So racing medium tyres is what I recommend. On the brakes now into the final corner, or final significant corner of the lap. It's all getting a bit bunched up, but we get through there quite nicely. One tip to make sure you get your clean race bonus is make sure you respect the yellow flags. That is really the only way you can lose the clean race bonus. Quite rare to get yellow flags at Sardegna, but it's something to bear in mind. If yellow flags are out, don't pass any cars, else you're going to get a penalty and lose your clean race bonus. Skipping forward to lap number 4, this is when Portilla pits, and also Fragger's going to pit as well. So these guys can't do the 2-stop strategy. They're going to be doing at least a 3-stop strategy. They're not going to be in contention for this race. For this video, I'm playing on hard difficulty. I like to do most of my videos on hard difficulty unless I'm doing some kind of stupid challenge. On lap number 5 is when we make our first pit stop. I get a little bit wrong on the brakes into the final corner there. The tyres are starting to wear out. What I would do, I'd highly recommend making the brake balance further to the front. This is going to put a bit less stress on the rear tyres, more stress on the front tyres, and balance out that tyre wear. Fresh racing medium tyres, fill the car to the maximum. Over to the video sponsor. It's me. I'm sponsoring my own video with my fantastic products available at doubtinator.com. We've got a fantastic Golf Porsche 911 RSR drawstring bag, Silverstone, Spa Francorchamps Monza. Make sure you check out the links in the description below for that fantastic stuff. Now back to the video. Wow, I managed to get all that said before we've even filled up the car and changed the tyres. So pit crew need a bit of work, a bit of training for the new season. Exiting the pits, always keep to the right hand side. You can get taken out by drivers coming through, so make sure you be very cautious on pit exit. We've got a fresh set of racing medium tyres now, and we're just going to rinse and repeat, continue smashing out those lap times and just racing through the field. Quite frankly, no one's going to touch you if you get your eye dialed in with this car, and you're going to be looking at a 25-minute race time. To help you extract the maximum from this setup, tune and Porsche 911. I'm going to give you a quick talk through the lap guide. Down the main straight into the first corner, braking just as the curb starts, down to first gear, rotate through the corner, exit quite nicely. The gearing on this car is quite broad, so you can be in many different gears for many different corners. The braking point here is looking for the 50 board, on the brakes, down 2 gears and flowing into the first part, and then down a further gear to turn to the right. A tight corner that is, so just pay that some care and consideration. Easy to run wide. Braking point here is between the 2 blue boards, and we're just going to flow through here quite nicely. If you can get a wheel onto that concrete on the inside, it really helps to rotate the car, hook you around and get you a better corner exit. Down the back straight now, it's just flat out all the way, revving the car out. We're not really concerned about fuel, so it's all good to do. Braking here is just after the 150, 100 boards, somewhere between there, down all the way to first gear. Caution on corner exit. There is a little bump in the middle of that corner, so just be cautious there. Through this sequence of corners, the most difficult corner on the track is the kink to the left coming up. Be very cautious when you're turning in. The car can have a tendency to over rotate, very prevalent in any of the rear engine cars. Braking at the start of the curb for this one all the way down to first gear, and we're going to rotate through here nicely. Watch out for the barrier on corner exit, don't run too wide. Corner onto the main straight is flat out, and that's going to complete your lap time. I think we're going to do a 1:36 lap time. A little bit of bouncing through the curbs on the corner exit there. Just make sure you pay attention to that one. So it's 1:36.3, pretty okay lap. I mean, there are plenty of times where we could have made up time there, but end of lap number 10 is our second pit stop again. Did I just put hard tyres on there? Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, looking in more detail, I guess I put hard tyres on. I can't remember when I recorded this, a little while ago. In fact, this setup has been available in my members area on my YouTube channel for quite some time now. I threw this setup out there for people to try. If you want to join as a channel member, feel free. Look in the description below for the joining details. Consider it a little bit of a tip to me to help me continue making videos. But I'm also going to try and share stuff to be more personal with you guys, share some setups ahead of time. So I remember now why I put racing hard tyres on for the final stint of this race, and it was to see the tyre life versus the racing medium tyres. So looking at the tyre life right now, it looks like these tyres are working out significantly better, but we're quite a long way off on our lap times. So we're losing about 1 to 1.5 seconds a lap on these racing hard tyres. If you can't make the racing medium tyres last, then racing hard tyres are a perfectly viable alternative. They're not quite the fastest tyre, they're a little bit slower overall, but for sure they're going to get you an easy 2-stop strategy on tyre wear. So we're going to make it to the end pretty perfectly on fuel, squeezing past the wall to lap a driver, and we're going to get that win. So actually the race time for this overall race is a little bit slower than it potentially could have been if we were going for an absolute perfect pace setup. So 25 minutes 38 seconds, pretty respectable time, and that's going to get you a significant amount of credits per hour. So now for the bit of the video which you only wanted to see, you don't want to see anything else but this bit of the video, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to start a brand new setup so we know exactly the default settings and evolve it from here and run you through everything you need to do. So the first thing we're doing, we're going to put back on the turbocharger, so the high RPM turbocharger. Scrolling down through here, this is where you would change the brake bias. I'd recommend a little bit more brake bias to the front to save those rear tyres. Everything else is pretty stock. Downforce wise, we're gonna just leave that where it is for the moment. I think I'm going to do another video where I compare high downforce and low downforce setups and see how they work out. Quick check on the PP, and I think we're all good. So yeah, we're going to switch to the racing medium tyres. This is my recommendation. With a brake balance adjustment, I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to get them to the end of the stint, no problem. Ride height wise, we're going to lower it a little bit front and rear a little bit higher than the front as normal. Not a particularly bumpy track, so I think we'll get away with that one. Everything else, we're just going to soften the front end off a little bit, because what I want to do, I want to get the car to steer a little bit more. Softer overall on the front normally promotes a bit more steering, and we want to get the car really into those tight corners. This car can over rotate off throttle, but we're going to fix that with the LSD. So what we're going to do now, the performance calculations for the camber don't seem to have changed now, so that was an update. I made a video previously on my channel regarding camber settings and how you can really gain free grip. The principle is still there, but the numbers don't show. Since a recent update in Gran Turismo 7, they're no longer changes the PP value or the lateral G values when you change the cambers, but lower camber values often give the most amount of grip. So 1.2 front and rear is what I'm going to recommend for this build. And then for the LSD, we're going to get the initial torque, leave that where it is. The braking sensitivity, push that all the way up. That gets the car stable on the brakes and off throttle. Whenever you're coasting, whenever you're not accelerating, that's when that's in action. Acceleration sensitivity is whenever you're on the throttle, and we're just going to lower the initial torque a little bit. So I think that'll be good. I've got a full video on my channel explaining everything you need to know about LSD settings. We're going to put a fully customizable gearbox in this car. And yeah, there's a bit of a difference between the two. So we're going to pop in the fully customizable gearbox, and we're just going to raise the gear ratio a little bit. Should give us a little bit more fuel efficiency. Isn't going to make a huge amount of difference, to be honest. People get hung up on transmission ratios. You can tune it for certain tracks, but I typically don't put too much thought and effort into transmission tuning. That was the setup that I used to get this time, get this race. Let me know in the comments below how you're getting on with this one. I've not done a tune guide for quite a little while, so I'm getting back into it, helping you to grind credits in Gran Turismo 7, because credits are incredibly hard to get. World Touring Car 800 is the race I recommend. On screen right now will be a link to the LSD tuning video that will help you to get the car dialed in more specifically to how you want it to drive. Also on screen will be a link to my Ferrari Group 3 setup. I really love that Ferrari. Go and check that one out as well. You might find that one very interesting. Other cool links will be on screen right now, and also check out the description below. There's lots of very interesting links that will help you find great products, help you out, other videos to help you learn to get faster in Gran Turismo 7. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.